This is #DutchGrammar2, the online course for learning Dutch grammar on the elementary level. Welcome to lesson 38 and welcome to a new chapter, an entire chapter about just two letters, the word er. Something that appears to be really difficult for Dutch learners. Let's have a look. Ik heb een huis in Amsterdam. Ik woon er al lang. Wat vind je ervan? Er zijn nog een paar lessen in deze cursus. We moeten er nog 7 doen. Wie gaat er hierna een nieuwe cursus doen? You see those two letters er in all these sentences? Well, I can tell you, in each sentence they have a different function. Regular grammar books usually spend no more than 1 page on this subject. But the result is that students keep making mistakes. Therefore, we are going to do this step by step, with lots of examples to make sure you understand it properly. Probably the first question that comes up to your mind is er. What does that mean in English? Well, the difficulty is that there is no one-to-one translation that exactly matches all the functions. In a lot of situations, er actually does not have any meaning. From that point of view, it can be compared to the dummy pronoun het that we discussed in lesson 32. Let's go with the first function of er. We will start with an easy example. Ik ga naar de winkel. Ik koop daar een fles cola. Ellen woont in Amsterdam. Zij vindt het daar leuk. The word daar means there. It refers to a place. In the first sentence, de winkel. And in the second sentence, in Amsterdam. Daar is not stressed. Listen. Ik koop daar een fles cola. Zij vindt het daar leuk. How would it be if it were stressed? Indeed, in that case it is likely to be in the first place of the sentence, followed by an inversion. Daar koop ik een fles cola. Daar vindt zij het leuk. But that is not the case in these sentences. Daar is unstressed. Well, and now about er. In this specific situation, we have the option to replace the unstressed daar with er. Ik koop er een fles cola. Zij vindt het er leuk. A simple replacement. But please note, daar must be unstressed. Another option. Ik woon in Hilversum. Ik woon hier graag. I live in Hilversum. I like living here. Remember the word graag? When we add this word to the sentence, you are saying you like to do something. Now we see the word hier. We learned that daar is used when something is at a distance, and hier when it is at or near your location. Also, the unstressed hier can be replaced by er. Ik woon in Hilversum. Ik woon er graag. Please note, only the unstressed here can be replaced by er. It's good to mention that the words hier and daar are not stressed only when they are at the beginning of the sentence. Listen carefully. Zijn auto staat daar. His car is over there. Haar sleutels liggen hier. Her keys are here. Hier and daar are not the first words of the sentence, but now think about your finger when you pronounce these sentences. Well, indeed, you need to use it to point. Now, in that situation, when you feel you need to point with your finger, then that is the word you want to stress. In that case, we cannot replace it with er. The way you say a sentence will depend whether you can replace daar by er. Louis gaat naar Amsterdam. Hij volgt daar een cursus. Or, hij volgt daar een cursus. Translation: Louis is going to Amsterdam. He's taking a course there. The word daar refers to Amsterdam. But do you hear the difference? Listen one more time. Hij volgt daar een cursus. Or, hij volgt daar een cursus. Only in the second case you can replace daar by er, when it is unstressed. Hij volgt er een cursus. So, when you stress daar, that becomes the most important information of the sentence and you cannot replace it. When daar is unstressed, it is not the location, but here the fact that he will do a course, that is the most important information of the sentence, and now you can replace daar by er. One more. Pablo loopt naar het meertje. Hij gaat daar varen. Pablo walks to the small lake. He goes boating over there. Daar refers to the location mentioned in the first sentence. Het meertje. Hij gaat daar varen. Daar is unstressed. The most important information in the sentence is not the location, but what he's going to do there. Er can replace the unstressed daar. Pablo loopt naar het meertje. Hij gaat er varen. Now, I already hear you thinking, should we learn this? Bart is always kind and tells us to use the easiest options. And when we can choose, well, normally yes, I do tell you to keep it easy. But in this situation, practicing a lot is really necessary. As I already mentioned, we are going to discuss a lot more functions of er. And then it is essential that you really understand the differences. And we don't always have the keep it easy alternative. Secondly, in fact, in the type of sentences that we discussed in this lesson, we use er much more than daar. So yes, you need to learn this and you need to be able to use it when you construct your sentences. Let's review. The word er can be used in a lot of different situations. It can have different functions. In this lesson, we've discussed one function. To replace the unstressed daar or hier to refer to a location in the previous sentence. Please note, it is not possible to use er when hier and daar are stressed. For example, when it is used in the first place of the sentence, or when you are pointing with your finger. That's it for today. Time for the exercises. Next lesson we will discuss another function of er. Tot de volgende les.